Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Wednesday encouragement. Thanks for pausing in the middle of your week to join us. It's a busy week. We had crop walk this past Sunday, and we appreciate everyone who provided snacks and helped staff the rest and refreshment stop. We got to meet a lot of good people and help provide some food security to a lot of people who are struggling, and we thank you for your help with that. And this coming Saturday, September 22nd, is our annual Fall Festival. We look forward to this all year, and we're hoping to have our neighbors join us for a great afternoon of family fun. There's going to be large inflatable games, candy, food, prizes, and a lot more. So make sure you invite your friends to bring their kids and grandkids Saturday afternoon from 1 to 4 p.m. We're looking forward to seeing you there. Well, I came across this story today that made me smile. In the late 90s and early 2000s, there was unfortunately an epidemic of crystal meth addiction. And so a police officer finding a strung-out young addict was a sad but regular occurrence for many. However, when that young addict is lying there with a malnourished, neglected infant next to her, it's especially heartbreaking. Well, in November of 2000, Escondido, California police officer Jeff Valdivia discovered a baby girl in such a state lying next to her 17-year-old meth-addicted mother. Officer Valdivia got the baby the care she needed, and because of her mother's inability to care for her, she was put up for adoption. The baby, named Natalie, was adopted by Jeff and Shirley Young and raised in a loving home. As she grew up, they told her how she had been rescued by the police, leading to their adopting her. But the cool part of the story is that Natalie grew up to be a police officer herself. And when she graduated from the police academy a couple of weeks ago in Colorado Springs, Officer Valdivia was the one who pinned her badge on her. Young said, "The whole time I was holding back tears at graduation. I couldn't stop smiling." Officer Valdivia said, "Personally, I feel blessed to just have found out what happened to her." Remembering back to that night 22 years ago, he said, "She was underweight, and of course the house was a mess. Just being invited to her graduation was a huge honor. But being asked to pin her badge on was definitely a career highlight for me. You could just tell she cares about people. She's going to make a great cop." This past weekend, we talked about the impact that we can all have on the children entrusted to us here on Sundays. It's usually not as dramatic as the situation Officer Valdivia and the Youngs were faced with, but the effect we can have on the children around us when we provide them with encouragement, the message of the gospel, a positive example, and prayer after prayer after prayer, it can be eternal. Because when we point them to Christ, we point them to the one who conquered death and gave us the ability to enjoy heaven forever with him. And each one of us can play a role. Whether it's greeting our kids and letting them know how glad you are they're here, or sharing the story of Jesus as a teacher in their class, or setting a positive example by demonstrating the fruit of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control, or praying for them regularly, you can have an influence that can make an eternal difference for a young person in your life.